Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so I don't often take a look at the posts on the Rolex forum, but occasionally I do. And recently I saw something that was pretty satisfying. I'm going to put a link in the description. Check it out. In fact, it joins one of another really satisfying post, and in this post this guy basically had a dirty, I think it was like a sub, some steel sports watch, filthy, absolutely filthy, and he had a before and after picture of it, and this recently viewed post, again link in the description, was something similar. Check it out. But what it is was a guy who his father, who has a GMT ceramic, all black, was visiting, and apparently the dad gardens and doesn't take too good of a care of his watch, and so the son cleaned it. And you get the before and after picture, and it's just something really satisfying and awesome about it. And you know, I really like the dad. He's the kind of watch wearer that I aspire to be. Sort of a watch wearer that doesn't care much about using their watch and putting it through its paces and getting hung up on dings and scratches, and really using it like the tool watch is meant to be used. And it brings me to this watch right here. And as you guys know, this is probably my least nice piece. And what I mean by that is it's got some dings and scratches. It wasn't polished at its last service, but it has been polished, and I'm slightly I don't want to say I'm dissatisfied with it, but I know that it's not a Rolex polish, and so that's sort of a source of contention. It makes it so I don't like it as much as my AD polished sub or my never been polished GMT Master 2. But the flip side of that is I enjoy this watch more than any other watch, more than those watches combined. And the irony lies in the fact that if I had gotten this watch and it was a non-polished piece, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. The fact that it would be a non-polished piece would weigh on me, and I wouldn't say it would become the bane of my existence, but I just wouldn't enjoy it as much. And what makes me enjoy this watch so much is that I just don't care about it. Recently I've showered in this watch quite a few times. I take it to onsens. I take it swimming when I can. I don't want to say I don't care about it, but I use it the way it's meant to be used. The way, well, not quite the way that the gardening father used his GMT, but it's the watch of which I get the most enjoyment out of. And it's because it wasn't perfect. The interesting thing is that you wouldn't wish for a piece that's beat up or that is anything less than schmicko, anything less than, well, close to perfection. Yet, perhaps that may be the piece that you should avoid, the perfect piece, because it becomes unusable, and you're not gonna enjoy it as much. Now, look, if I could go back in the past and snap my fingers and this was an unpolished piece, of course that would be preferable. That would be what I would want. And I would do it. I would snap my fingers and have a brand new unpolished Explorer 2. But I know that the second that happened, my relationship with this watch would change. You know what I would probably do? What I would probably do is I'd probably get out the sub, because this would be an unpolished piece and the GMT would be an unpolished piece, and so I'd look for sort of the lesser of the watches. I'd look for the least nice watch, and it would be the polished sub. So when you're looking for a sub, when you're looking for a GMT, when you're looking for a usable piece, should you go for the beat up watch? I mean, it's crazy to say you should, but you might in the long run enjoy it more. Anyway, this before and after picture of the father's GMT, man, that's cool. I just love a beat up watch, and I don't think a steel ceramic GMT has ever looked better. You know, you have those polished middle links, and it almost looks like he's scratched a brush finish into it. I think it looks really cool, and I respect him. But at the same token, I almost don't even understand it. I would almost like to pull the dad aside and say, you understand this is close to a $10,000 watch. I mean, what goes through your mind when you garden with it? And it's, I wouldn't be trying to put him on the spot, but I really would want to understand, like, what's the thought process? I couldn't quite do it. I don't know. It is. I don't think it has to do with money, because even my Orient, I just wouldn't. There's certain situations I just wouldn't. I wouldn't go there with it. Maybe being a watch person makes me more thoughtful, but I'm curious, like, you know, what's the thought process behind all of this hard use? I kind of respect him at the same time, as I sort of don't understand it. But it is cool to see somebody using a watch like that, and it's got to be the best looking GMT Master 2 ceramic I've ever seen. And you know, it sort of reminds me of this. And anyway, check it out, enjoy, and thanks for watching. See you next time.